Greetings, Grand Rising all. Blessed Sunday. I was out in the garden just walking and holding the meds. And the family of that, forgive me, I just, I have on clothes, I'm outside, just holding the meds right now. And just sending up a word of prayer for that family in Trinidad who the U.S. sailors just blew out of the water and took out. And I'm just, in my mind, just thinking, wondering, not so much that Donald Trump gave the order and to assassinate these people, because I don't know any other word to use. Because if it is for transporting drugs, people deserve to die for transporting drugs, allegedly, because they have not gone to any court and been proven guilty of anything. This is just on one man's word. One order, and the captain of a ship or some gunnerman, man, I can't remember what role. I served in the United States Navy, right? And I'm just thinking about the sailors who had to carry out that order to take out this vessel that was supposedly transporting drugs. Now, mind you, in the minds of these assassins, these people were transporting drugs. And I just wanted to let you know that Ganja, marijuana, cannabis, any one of those terms you want to use, which is, by the way, a sacrament for Rastafarians. Not a drug, it's a plant. It grows out the ground like the tree them behind. Okay? They said they were transporting drugs, and consequently, they deserve to die without any proof. So there was a family of all women I saw, Trinidadian family, whose husband, father, brother, grandfather, because it was all women, are saying that he was among those that were killed. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, first of all, okay, Donald Trump is doing Donald Trump. He's there really to check us, to check on us, to see where our hearts and minds are. Because I was a sailor. I served in the United States Navy. And it was my fellow shipmates that just, and I'm sure many of them on the ship were probably from the Caribbean, some they were African American, they're people of color. And they just took out their fellow brother for transporting potentially ganja across the seas, their own waterways. They're engaging in their own trade. And went to sleep at night, ate, and they're going home to their families. And these women, now nobody to take care of them, because I'm sure he was the one that was the breadwinner in the family. And now he's gone. So who is going to take care of these women? I don't think anybody's asking that question, but even a better question to ask is, how much money do we need to make so that at the order of one individual, with no justifiable proof, can give the order for you to kill or take out. I don't know if I can use that word anymore. On a live. What the hell is that anyway? So, where are we at right now? Where are our hearts at? Where are the hearts of the sailors who are on that ship? Because the captain, I'm sure he's some clan member, right? Because I saw all the generals sitting in front of, they just had some emergency meeting, and it's the meeting of the clansmen, really. But then they have us taking out our own brothers and sisters, and just for a paycheck, or for retirement, or for whatever, we're going to follow unlawful orders, and nobody's going to question it. That makes me look at us now and start to go, wait a minute. Where am I seeing bullshit happen? And I'm just being quiet. I'm saying, I'm getting a paycheck, or I'm doing this, or I'm doing that, or whatever. No one has the guts to say, this is wrong, I'm not doing it. I'm going to take myself out of this system because it's a bunch of bullshit. I'm not going to take out the life of another human being on the order of one person because he alleges that they're transporting drugs. And I'd like to I'm going to just say it is ganja. Because cocaine, yeah, that exists, heard of it. Even if it was that, that's the reason to go and take somebody out. They're not threatening the United States. At what point do we stop and say, this is madness? We don't need to participate. I'm not participating in this. I'm exiting this system here. I'm just going to sit on my ass and take care of me and mine, right? And where does that even begin? Because taking care of me and mine is a lot of work. But many of us are out there doing the work for these people here. And all they're doing is destroying us. And we're co-signing on that by participating or by our complicitness. By to just sit and just go, damn, that sucks to be them. Really? You really and truly are going to sit back. You have to realize that sometimes, some people said this is a simulation. And it's really a simulation to ask us where the hell are our hearts are and our consciences are. So if we have to have a judgment day, this is a judgment day right here. Because we are all in some way complicit in an act of injustice, whether in our family, at our workplace, at our churches, wherever. Somebody doing something that's not right. And rather than speaking up about it, we just sit back and go, oh, I don't say that. And everybody's going, Donald Trump sucks. Well, Donald Trump is there to test you and me. Because he's just giving out orders, and he's just like, well, let's see what these people are going to do. I'm going to tell them to do this. I'm going to tell them to... And we're all just doing it. Just following along with it. Why? So that we can have more and more material things and live in a world and be sick and being a part of that, really? And at the cost of other people's lives, and nobody's saying anything about it. And before you even say anything out there, start at home. Start at home. Something is going on wrong. Somebody's doing something wrong, and you're just going to sit back and go, We did it. The same thing happened with Haiti. People just sat back and they didn't see what's been happening with Haiti. And His Majesty Haile Selassie said this to the UN. He said, listen, when Italy attacked Ethiopia, because Ethiopia was a part of the League of Nations at the time, and a part of the rule of the League of Nations that we don't attack each other. All right? We're going to unify like this, and we're not going to. So there's certain rules. And they broke those rules because His Majesty got Ethiopia to be a part of the League of Nations. And yet he was attacked by Italy. And he had to run, go to the League of Nations and say, hey, what's going on? You know, these guys are attacking us. You guys aren't saying anything? Nobody said anything. They just allowed Italy to just break the rules of engagement. And no one said anything about it. And he warned and he said, you know what, today it's us, tomorrow's going to be you. And it's the same thing for us today. People have been watching what the world has been doing to Haiti this whole time and nobody's saying anything about it. But we're over there, you know, in the Gaza Strip or whatever. I'm like, but what's happening in our backyard here? Look what they're doing to the Haitians. And everybody's quiet about it. So of course Donald Trump is going to come in and just like, what are y'all going to do? Right? So I'm just sitting back and waiting to see what how the Prime Minister is going to respond to this act of aggression in our waters against people who are just, they call everything they do under crime. Crime? He is a felon. What are you talking about, crime? They're breaking the law. And then they're using this turning around and going, well, we're going to get them because they're criminals. We're not. So we have a right to blow them out of the water. And those of us who are getting our paychecks from them are going, sucks to be them, you know. As long as I get my paycheck so I can pay my bills at the end of the month, I'm good. And you don't think that that's going to come and visit us? Because we're sitting back and being complicit wherever we see injustice in our own lives, in our own selves, in our own circles. And we just sit back and go, pretend like I don't know. I'm not going to say shit. I'm just going to sit back and go, ain't right, but you know, and think that's not going to visit us. Have a great day.